Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this training video on how to certify and edit effort reports intended for UCSD faculty. This short video will cover how to navigate ECERT, which stands for Electronic Certification of Effort and Reporting Tool. We'll cover basic concepts, frequently asked questions, and a short demonstration at the end. Our ECERT team at Sponsored Projects Finance is here to support you. So here is our contact information. You can also submit a service and support ticket. And here's a helpful hint. Once you get to the Budget and Finance support page, scroll down to the bottom where it says more specifically, and in this field, type effort. And you can also type ECERT, hit enter, and it'll self-populate all the other fields. We know it's a big ask to require PIs to certify effort reports at this time. ECERT at UCSD was put on hold for 2 years after we converted to UC Path. We appreciate your cooperation and your time as we work together to comply with both federal and audit requirements. Employees who were paid on sponsored projects from federal and federal flow-through funding need effort certification. PIs need to certify their own effort reports. Staff who were paid from projects are typically certified by the PI. However, someone else with firsthand knowledge of the effort worked to support the award can't certify. Effort reporting is certifying the percent of effort devoted to a project. We certify for 6 months periods, for example, fiscal year 2023 from July through December. Source data comes from UC Path for payroll information and supplemented by data elements from Oracle Financials. Per UCSD guidelines, we are certifying effort that can have an acceptable variance of plus or minus 5%. For example, if a project has effort at 10%, we are certifying that effort is between 5% and 15% for the project. You can access ECERT in many ways. Easiest way is by typing in the blink search field, ECERT or effort, and hitting enter. If you're a first-time user, since the relaunch of ECERT, you'll need to log in with security protocols in business systems. Answering security questions with your employee ID, Social Security last 4 digits, and birth date should be one time only. You may receive a not authorized warning. This is expected for first-time users to verify your identity, and it creates an ECERT account. Then after that, you can contact us or your research administrator so we may add permissions in ECERT. When do effort reports need to be certified? Our goal is to have fiscal year 2021 and fiscal year 2022 certified by August 31st and first half of fiscal year 2023 certified by August 30th. Some frequently asked questions are, how do I certify effort and how do I adjust percent effort? Here's an example of an effort report to certify. The names and project numbers have been redacted for training purposes, but normally you would see the name here, you would see the employee ID here, and the home department here. Remember, allowable variance is plus or minus 5%. So if the effort shown in this column under original payroll percent is what you expected, you can certify as is. And here's a button to certify. However, if percent effort on the report is not what you expected, you may need a salary cost transfer to contact your research administrator to initiate a direct retro. You can adjust the percent effort in the adjusted payroll percent boxes in this column, and make sure you add a comment down below for audit purposes. And then you can certify the effort report. Another frequently asked question is, how do I search by employee, department, or project? Simple. You select this tab up here, Search Reports, and select your criteria, either people, departments, indexes, also known as projects. You enter their last name, first name, and make sure there's no space in between. Make sure that this is checked and it turns blue. And then once you hit enter, the name should appear down here. You select the arrow and it brings it to this right box here. And then you select View to view that effort report. Another frequently asked question is, how can I or my research administrator view many employees all at once? You can do this by selecting the subscribe button. First, you go to the Manage Searches tab, and then you select the subscribe button, which will bring you to this pop-up screen. You will select the box here and put a check mark, add your last name, comma, first name, no space. And then it'll appear down below with your home department code, and then you hit subscribe, and then you hit close to close the pop-up box. And then you're back on the Manage Searches screen. And this link should be blue, and it's My Projects with your name. You select that, make sure this radio button is blue. And once you select that blue link, it'll bring you to this page. And then you can see a list of the employee names. Of course, this is, again, redacted for training purposes, but you would expect to see My Projects and your name here with the list of your employees here. And for each row, it's the period. You can also change the status from all to open, since you only want to see the open status to certify these reports. And once you select the row, it'll bring you to another screen so that you can view the effort report and certify. That's the end of my slides. We understand your time is valuable, so we have many resources such as our ECERT website, our email, and this training video to make your effort a little smoother. Next, we have Jordan, who will show you a short demonstration of how to certify and edit effort reports.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan Santana, and in today's video, we'll be discussing the search functions within the effort report system, how to adjust effort, then how to certify you and your staff on federal and federal flow-through projects. Now, if you're not familiar with our ECERT homepage, I recommend going to Blink, type in something like ECERT, hit search, and then click on the very first link that pops up. This is the name of the link for those that may have missed it. Now, on this page, we have some additional resources here. I'm going to leave it to the viewer to do that themselves, but we're going to go ahead and log in using our business systems account. Once we've logged in, the display safe search should show my effort reports, and then statuses should show all. So what this means is that this is going to show reports that need to be certified for both yourself and the staff working on those projects, your staff working on those projects. So keep that in mind. Now, for those that have been here for a while, I personally would find it more helpful if we're just looking at those that are just open. That way, if we were just to show the status all open, that's going to go and filter out all the ones that are already certified that we don't need to touch, that we don't need any movement on. So kind of keep that in mind. I, of course, am not a PI, so I don't have any examples, but I do have one queued up. We're going to be working on Ruella Garcia today. Now, as we mentioned earlier, it should just say open. Because I've been using this as an example, it shows reopened. So that's why you shouldn't really encounter a status like that unless you reopen one and are planning on working on it again. So we have the original payroll percentage values here. This all comes from UCPath. If you want to see the logic as far as like why we're seeing 7% here, should be able to view payroll details, and that's going to extrapolate all the data from UCPath to give you a little bit more accurate of idea exactly why that is what it is. Let's just say we know that a direct retro is coming, or we know that we know that this isn't accurate, and I'm working with my fund manager and we both are on the same page that this is inaccurate. We know that for this project, it was actually closer to 15 than it was 7%. Well, I can put 15% in here, but now I have to have the grand total equal 100%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce this by 8% so that we can get back to that 100% threshold there. As I'm doing this, I do want to let you know that if you're planning on making any adjustments, you do have to add a comment. So in this example, let's say it was due to direct retro. We'll go ahead and put a note in there and then click save. Now this little pop-up is actually very helpful. It's to remind you that we want to report we want to be as accurate as we possibly can. But we do have a 5% tolerant threshold. That's 5% in either direction. So keep that in mind. I know we want it to be perfect, but there are times where I think maybe just that 5% threshold kind of puts us in that zone where we're maybe a little bit more comfortable with. So we'll go ahead and click continue. And then once we hit continue, we have the value saved, and we're ready to certify a report, which we can do just by clicking on that link below. And then, of course, we hit confirm. And we're ready to roll. We'll go back to the list. Shows that the text is now in green, so it shows that it's certified with an adjustment. And we're on to the next one. So that's going to sum up today's training. I just want to thank you for everyone's time. If you do have any questions not covered in today's video, please feel free to reach out to us via Snow Ticket. I do want to recommend looking at these resources as well, if you're looking for a more immediate answer. But that being said, we're always happy to help. Thank you for your time and have a great day. Bye.